Welcome to another exclusive celebrity house tour. Today we're taking you inside one of the most stunning homes out there, where luxury, style, and over-the-top amenities come together. From jaw-dropping architecture to million-dollar views, get ready for an inside look at how the rich and famous really live. Let's check it out. Nicki Minaj has always been a celebrity who keeps where she lives under pretty tight wraps. While she may have simply done that because she loves her privacy, it could also be because she's always been renting and had yet to find her dream home to purchase. While Nicki's Los Angeles rental mansions were as big and bad as you'd expect from the rapper, it seems that she finally pulled the trigger, purchasing a property to call home at the end of 2022. Her crib was newly built last year and it didn't even have a chance to hit the market before Nicki snagged it for $19.5 million. Located in the guard-gated Hidden Hills community, her modern farmhouse spans a reported 12,000 square feet of space that's full to the brim with luxury amenities. In these videos, we don't reveal any addresses, and even though I've done a house tour of my own place, please do not show up at any private residences because it's not safe for anyone. After years of leasing lavish mansions, Nicki Minaj has purchased a home of her own. In December 2022, the rapper paid $19.5 million for a newly built modern farmhouse estate located in the coveted and guard-gated community of Hidden Hills, Los Angeles. This neighborhood is well known for its abundance of celebrity residents, namely a lot of the Kardashian-Jenner clan, but also the likes of Madonna, Jessica Simpson, Will and Jada Smith, Lori Loughlin, Sylvester Stallone, and most of the LA Rams' current roster. Safe to say, Nicki will fit right in with this level of celebrity. Hidden Hills is set into the Santa Monica Mountains right next to Calabasas, where Nicki has been living for the last little while, in a hilltop mansion she rented alongside her husband Kenneth Petty and their son. Nicki's new home was built in 2022 by a local developer and clocks in at 11,820 square feet of space, with 8 bedrooms and 10 baths throughout. Since the sprawling, trendy farmhouse mansion was never officially on the market and Nicki snatched it up quickly before it could list, photos and details of the premises are hard to come by. However, we do know some major features of the place, and we can see the style and stunning exteriors. Outside, Nicki's new mansion sits on a lot spanning just over an acre of land, and out in the backyard, you'll find a separate full guest house and a poolside cabana. Of course, there's no need for a pool-sized cabana without a pool, so there's also a gorgeous saltwater swimming pool with spa and even a Baja shelf to sunbathe easily. When it comes time to entertain, Nicki's mansion is perfect for the job, considering that aside from the indoor common spaces, there are also a handful of patios and terraces branching off from the main house. On the grounds, where there are no amenities, there's plenty of grassy lawns and eye-pleasing landscaping surrounding them. And other features we do know about include a 3-car garage, and inside, the estate boasts expansive walls of glass on the main level. Think pocketing glass doors that open to reveal the seamless indoor-outdoor vibe. Meanwhile, Nicki's impressive master suite also offers a private balcony overlooking the entire backyard. The former laid-back country community full of horse ranches that is Hidden Hills is now a magnet for the uber-wealthy and Hollywood royalty, looking for residential solitude. With Nicki's clear love for keeping her home life as private as possible, it seems that she'll fit in here just fine. Nicki is also a fan of massive homes, and we can see that in the string of rentals that she's lived in over the years, which closely resemble palaces when looking at the size. With her husband Kenneth and their son, word is that Nicki has been currently living in a rental mansion in a gated Calabasas community. What we know about this home is that it was built in the 1990s and follows a Mediterranean style. Inside, there are marble floors, 6 bedrooms, 9 bathrooms, and over 10,000 square feet of living space. She has shown glimpses inside from time to time, such as this one, posing in the home's grand entrance hall that often featured as the backdrop to her Instagram photos. It has a set of wooden double doors with carved glass panels on the side and marble floors underfoot. Then, sharing a look into her kitchen, we could see Nicki in front of a large glass-fronted cabinet displaying a selection of plates and china. Fans even got a peek inside Nicki's living room at Christmas time, and this space boasts high ceilings and large windows overlooking the garden. The couple has a comfy window seat here to take advantage of the view and have minimalistic decor with white walls and the same half-wall paneling as seen in the kitchen. As you would expect, the grounds here also boast a swimming pool lined with sun loungers and with amazing city views. However, this is far from the only home Nicki has lived in. After years of renting huge homes scattered across the LA area, from Beverly Hills to Malibu, Nicki did finally put down some roots. But let's look at some of her formal rental homes that we know about. After overcoming a difficult upbringing and establishing herself as one of hip-hop's biggest acts, by 2016, Nicki Minaj was about as successful as you could be. In August of that year, she and her then boyfriend Meek Mill decided to play house by moving into a gorgeous Beverly Hills mansion, paying around $35,000 a month in rent. This gigantic home was built in 2008 and was constructed on the site of old Blue Eyes Frank Sinatra's former residence. Today, this home features over 10,000 square feet of space, and this honey-colored chateau is prominently perched on top of an embankment overlooking the gorgeous Beverly Hills. Of course, it boasts some amazing panoramic views, not to mention things like a 5-car garage, perfect for housing Nicki's luxury wheels at the time. The overall aesthetic of this place is sure to impress. It offered romantic architecture and perfect landscape, giving it a Mediterranean vibe like many of the best California mansions. And moving to the inside, Nicki's former home featured 8 bedrooms, all of which were extravagantly spacious and bright. The master suite even came complete with his and hers bathrooms, as well as its very own private terrace. The accompanying walk-in closet here was so enormous that you simply needed to see it to believe it. Meanwhile, terms like sleek and modern only began to describe this mega mansion's incredible kitchen that featured built-in cabinets alongside a movable ladder for those hard-to-reach shelves. Bonuses like that would be perfect for things like organization. And also on the property, there's a guest house with a further 2 bedrooms and a shared bathroom that can be accessed through either a separate individual entrance or from a balcony on the 2nd floor. And did I mention that out back, there's a sprawling lawn alongside an exquisitely designed pool and spa combo and a built-in barbecue pit? Yep, all in all, this place looks like at one time it was Nicki's own private slice of heaven. Once her relationship with Meek Mill came to an end, Nicki began dating her eventual husband, Kenneth Petty. Now, most of you probably know Petty best for the wrong reasons. You know what I'm talking about. Which has seemed to haunt him even once he moved to California to be with Nicki. In order to avoid a lengthy jail sentence of around 10 years, Kenneth eventually registered his new address. And guess what? This home that he reportedly shared with Nicki was every bit as impressive as her old one. Located in the Los Angeles neighborhood known as the Flats, which is within walking distance of Nicki's old stomping grounds of Beverly Hills, this $10 million home featured 6 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, and a total of around 7,000 square feet of living space. So the smallest home by far that we know of. Anyways, the bright and dramatic interior featured some truly stunning scale and volume. We're talking 14-foot ceilings, 10-foot tall doors, not to mention walls made out of windows and a ton of other details that give the home a unique look and feel. But I wouldn't expect anything less grand from Nicki. Upstairs, Nicki's master suite not only had a luxurious bath with dual amenities and 2 giant walk-in closets, but it's also got its very own auxiliary office space as well. And the 2nd bedroom suite upstairs is almost as big as the first. So how do you choose which to settle into? The mansion also boasts a spectacular living room with built-in fireplace and skylight overhead, along with an unbelievable formal dining room. The open-plan family room flowed into a casual eating area and through glass out to the terrace, while there's also another wall with fireplace here. This space and the attached kitchen came with the perfect indoor-outdoor flow, leading the way to the massive and totally private sun-filled backyard. The kitchen was kept a bit simple, but still boasted stainless steel appliances, and there was a gorgeous sunny breakfast nook with walls of glass that take in the view of the pool. Out back, there's that stunning pool and spa combo with a whole bunch of spaces for entertaining as well. Finally, there's also a separate guest house nearby with its very own gym. Well, after seeing what we could about Nicki's new home and what's reportedly her first real property purchase, that's gonna wrap up today's house tour. Thanks so much for tuning in. And before you leave, answer this question for me. If you were a multimillionaire, would you choose to buy and invest in properties rather than leasing a home, even if you didn't find any you loved? Let me know in the comments if you would wait it out like Nicki for your dream home, or see your property purchases as investments along the way.
It's Missy Elliott, and Of course, this is my crib.
Missy Elliott is a 4-time Grammy Award-winning rapper, producer, and songwriter who became the first female rapper to ever be inducted in the Songwriters Hall of Fame late last year. Of course, with her successful career, she's also been able to buy some gorgeous properties. We'll look at where Missy has called home over the years, including a mansion in Virginia and a luxury condo down south. In these videos, we don't reveal any addresses, and even though I've done a house tour of my own place, please do not show up at any private residences because it's not safe for anyone. Missy's music has always pushed boundaries within the industry, and she's released some of the biggest songs of all time like Get Your Freak On, Lose Control, and Work It. Missy is a paragon for success, where many other artists ultimately struggle and fade away into obscurity over the years. Missy is a different sort. Even after over 2 decades in the industry, she's still highly regarded as one of the OGs, selling over 30 million records in the US and making her a force to be reckoned with an estimated net worth of close to $50 million. Missy Elliott has always defined herself with her unique, one-of-a-kind personality, so it only makes sense that she's found a series of homes to live in that complement who she is. For instance, there's a gorgeous condo that she once owned down in Florida that even appeared on MTV Cribs, and a gigantic mansion in her home state of Virginia that she bought for her mother, and where Missy spends a fair share of her own time. What's going on, guys and girls? It's Kara here for you with a brand new house tour, this one taking a look at a series of homes owned by Missy Misdemeanor Elliott herself. Do you think she still goes by that nickname? I noticed 95% of you watching aren't subscribed, so be sure to hit that subscribe button because we post a new video daily. Anyway, Missy has been around for basically my entire life, and I'm still as big of a fan of hers today as I was in the late 90s and early 2000s. I suppose you can say she really worked it to get where she is today, and on the type of real estate properties that she does. So I'm gonna give you an inside look at a few of them. Be sure to let me know what you thought in the comments down below, and follow me on Instagram as well. All right, let's get into this one. Let's start things off with one of Missy Elliott's former properties, an unbelievable condo she once owned in Aventura, Florida. Missy first purchased the home back in 2002 for $1.3 million, right around the same time she released the track Work It.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to my second time on MTV Cribs. I'm gonna just take y'all around and show y'all how I work it.
I see what she did there. Hey, when you're feeling yourself, you're feeling yourself. What can I say? This 4,740 square foot home located on the 19th floor features 4 bedrooms and 5 bathrooms that look a little something like, wait, hold on a second. The front doors to her bedroom look like what?
I wanted to get the submarine type feel. We're gonna go ahead on ahead.
Okay, well, if that's just what the doors look like, I can't wait to see what the room itself is like.
And I love Ferrari, so I got a guy to make me a king-size Ferrari car bed.
I'm sorry, I'm just having trouble picking my jaw up off the floor. That bed is insane. Although I gotta say, I really hope that front hood pivots another few degrees, or Missy's gonna break her neck trying to watch that TV.
Everybody bathroom the same toilet, you do the same thing in a jacuzzi, tub.
That's a pretty beautiful marble bathroom if you ask me. In fact, the entire place features marble flooring throughout, along with 4 terraces that offer up amazing panoramic views of the city through floor-to-ceiling glass walls. Then there's the living room with its Lamborghini furniture. You heard that right. Missy not only got Ferrari to make her a bed, she got Lambo to whip her up some couches.
Now, this is my favorite chair.
And yes, that chair did feature a fish aquarium for armrests. The home also has a media room, which Missy uses for her work memorabilia almost as much as she uses for her free time. Finally, there's a fantastic kitchen with a center island big enough to eat at, not to mention some snazzy, flat-fronted wood cabinets and the type of high-grade appliances that one expects inside the home of a celebrity. What's less expected is the overall quality of food that Missy keeps.
And y'all can see how a poor person lives. That's how a poor person lives, right there.
I'm right there with you, Missy. Diets suck. In terms of what type of amenities the building offers, well, it's 32 floors with 172 units, 24/7 valet, concierge, and security services. There are 3 on-site restaurants, a 27,000 square foot spa facility, a private marina and yacht club, 16 tennis courts, and a heated pool and spa area. Sounds like enough? I thought so. Despite how unabashedly Missy this place is,
I tried to feel powerful. For a female, I felt like having this big Missy with the water coming out.
Missy actually sold this home a few years ago back in 2014 for $1.45 million after initially listing it for almost $2 million. Let that be a lesson to you. Customization is nice while you're living in a place, but it sucks for resale value. All right, let's take a look at Missy's home in New Jersey next. This is gonna be a quick one. Besides a view of what this estate looks like from the sky, not a whole lot is known about this 6,300 square foot property. What I can tell you about it is that this home is extremely well secluded. I mean, just look at that satellite photo. The home is surrounded on all sides by very dense forests. In fact, it's so dense, I'm honestly getting a spooky vibe from this property. Seriously, even I wouldn't want to spend a night there alone. I mean, the acreage itself is massive, coming in at 8 acres total, but that's just too much space to be by yourself in if you ask me. Missy reportedly picked up this home in October of 2000 for close to $1.2 million. Finally, let's take a look at Missy's current primary residence and the home that she bought for her mother, a gorgeous 14,223 square foot estate that features 25 rooms total. Right through the front door is an impressive foyer that has smooth marble floors and comfortable looking furniture to collapse in after a hard day's work.
Now we're in the inside. You can't have carpet when you walk in a house, so you gotta come in here with the marble floors.
Much like her Florida condo, Missy has made sure that anyone who enters this place immediately knows who it belongs to. Let's just hope that doesn't hurt the resale value as much as that last sculpture did. Not too far away from the entrance to the home is Missy's office, where she says her mother handles all of her business.
You gotta do the office up right. You gotta have a big chair. You gotta feel like the big dog sometimes.
Definitely the desk of a boss. In addition to the beautiful office, Missy also keeps a conference room nearby where she displays a lot of the souvenirs she's collected over the years that spell out the story of her career. Next up is a room that Missy claims she never spends a lot of time in, at least not back when this video was recorded, the gym.
Oh yeah. I'm looking real small right now.
From the room where Missy spends the least amount of her time to the room that she probably enjoys the most. Let's take a look at Missy Elliott's ballroom next. It practically screams class with its off-white finishing. Then there's the classic baby grand piano that ties the entire room together. Just make sure you don't eat the food in there unless Missy tells you it's safe to do so.
What you don't want to do is come in here and eat one of these grapes, because you will leave sick, because they are not real.
As nice as that ballroom is, it doesn't hold a candle to this one. That is Missy Elliott's indoor swimming pool. This watering hole is gigantic and features classically sculpted Greek statues adorning the poolside that really give this room a Mediterranean vibe, despite being located smack dab in the heart of Virginia. As for why she got herself an indoor pool and not one outside, I'll let Missy tell you.
I can't be in no two-piece bathing suit outside. My neighbors would really bug out, so if I do it in here, I'm good.
Missy's kitchen is our next stop. It's a pretty timeless design with a lengthy marble countertop, gorgeous wood cabinetry, stainless steel appliances, and a medium-sized centralized island. And much like with her condo in Florida, opening Missy's fridge is always a bit of an adventure.
This milk's so old. I don't advise none of y'all to drink this. We got the fat-free stuff in here, and you can tell this is not my side of the refrigerator. Yeah, now this more like my side. Nothing but 2 cakes, cookies, a little bit of champagne, a lot of drinks.
When you're ready to sit down and eat, Missy has a decidedly unique dining room table for you to relax, featuring individual glass settings and a massive aquarium nearby to keep you entertained just in case the conversation ever lags. On the other side of that fish tank is the living room with beautiful hardwood floors, glass doors that lead to the outside, and uniquely shaped furniture to say the least. A quick ride upstairs on Missy's private elevator takes you to her equally private screening room. As I've already mentioned, Missy shares this home with her mom, and here's a look at her bedroom. It's a pretty timeless room with a fireplace installed in the middle of a wall that separates the sleeping area from the ensuite bathroom. Speaking of bedrooms, Missy's own room matches her mother's pretty closely, but of course it has its own unique touches, like a Versace bedspread.
You got your bed, Versace bedspread.
Finally, the last room we're gonna take a look at is Missy's self-titled Nasty Room, a mirrored wall sitting area where she can be alone with her, well, let's call them guests.
Then you got your little date. You wanna, do a little nasty with your minute man, whatever. You can shut the door, nobody can ever hear you.
I don't know what I love more about that clip, that Missy has her own hookup room in the house she shares with her mom, or that she called her potential suitors Minutemen. Stuff like that is why Missy will always be considered one of the real ones. Alright guys, that's gonna bring our Missy Elliott house tour to a close. What did you guys think? Which home would you prefer to live in? I'd honestly be good with either the condo or the Virginia Beach home, as long as I wasn't staying in the New Jersey place by myself. Lil Kim is widely regarded as one of the most successful and talented female rappers of all time. After breaking out in the 90s and early 2000s, Kim's legacy continues to live on to this very day, inspiring other female rappers like Nicki Minaj, Megan Thee Stallion, and Cardi B, to name a few.
Well, the type of things that she used to say, I used to be into. Like, I always used to like the slutty talk. Like, yeah, wow, this is so cool.
With a legacy like that, you might expect Lil Kim to be one of the most wealthy and financially stable artists in the game.
Brooklyn! I come so dead side. When you either do it, you done die. Gotta keep the ratchet close by. Someone murdered. Nobody seen, nobody heard it.
But the truth of the matter is, according to recent reports, she's anything but. While the internet seems torn on her overall net worth, most outlets pointed to being in the vicinity of only $500,000. Considering this, instead of looking at a bunch of mansions Lil Kim has owned, we're gonna focus this video on her main home in New Jersey. In these videos, we don't reveal any addresses, and even though I've done a house tour of my own place, please do not show up at any private residences because it's not safe for anyone. At one time, this founding member of rap group Junior Mafia blew up as a solo artist and was worth millions despite having dropped out of high school as a kid and spending some time living on the streets.
Capture people's attention that are from the streets, just like you.
Right.
And I'm just telling a story, and I want people who aren't from the streets to also know where I'm coming from.
After meeting Christopher Wallace, aka Biggie, Kim struck up a romantic relationship with the rapper and found herself right in the rap scene. She was drawn even further in after dropping her debut album Hardcore, which went double platinum. At that point in time, the world was Lil Kim's oyster. Her two subsequent releases, The Notorious Kim and La Bella Mafia, also went platinum. There was nowhere else for Lil Kim to go but even further up, right? Hold that thought. In June of 2018, Lil Kim filed for bankruptcy in the state of New Jersey, which is where her 6,000 square foot home is located in the city of Alpine. At the time, she reportedly owed $1.5 million in back taxes to the federal government and over $660K in late mortgage payments. Yikes. Eventually, the government threatened to put her home up for auction, and guys, the starting bid was a real kick to the face, but we'll get to that in a moment. How's it going, guys and girls? It's Kara here for you with a brand new house tour, this one taking a look at the home of Lil Kim. Now, as I hinted off the top of this video, Kim's been going through it financially over the last few years, and while she seemed to have cleared up the majority of her issues, I thought today I'd look at one of her largest sticking points, financially speaking, her home in Alpine, New Jersey. We're noticing 95% of you watching aren't subscribed, so hit that subscribe button and ring that bell. We post a new video daily. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram to chat and let me know in the comments what you thought about Lil Kim's home. Let's get into this video. Alpine, New Jersey is a posh suburb located just 15 miles from Manhattan and is one of the wealthiest zip codes in all of America. Back in 2003, Lil Kim moved here and bought her first home for $2.3 million. Originally built in 1989, this mansion sits on more than 2 acres of lush greenery, and with its more than 6,000 square feet inside, there's more than enough room to live it up baller style. According to recent property records, the home has been assessed to now be worth more than $3 million, and from the few glimpses we've managed to catch of the inside of her home over the years, it's pretty clear that Kim has an affinity for a high class and a luxuriously decorated interior. She isn't afraid to customize her space either, installing special made smoke glass doors featuring her Queen Bee logo inside of her home. She's even shown off the outside of her place from time to time, like in the clip that she shared of her adorable daughter Royal Reign learning to ride her bike on the back patio.
With your feet. Yeah. Push down and pedal. You can do it. Come to me. Turn the wheel, okay? There you go. Push your feet.
We've also been offered a peek into her bedroom, which features a massive chandelier hanging from the center of the room, along with a fireplace and television installed directly into the walls.
Billions. I don't know so many billionaires on my Instagram or day. I don't know so many.
Beyond that is easy access to the backyard, where Kim can keep an eye on her kids when they're outside playing in the pool.
No, I don't.
I don't do that. Get it, girl.
And Lil Kim is far from the only celebrity calling this part of Jersey home. Other big-name celebrities that live around here include Chris Rock, P. Diddy, and even Mary J. Blige. Lil Kim spent 8 happy years in this home before it fell into foreclosure sometime in 2010. At the time, Kim began making monthly payments of around $10,000 for a few years before she reportedly stopped doing so in 2015. As a result, a judge would later rule in 2017 that she was in default, which meant her house could be foreclosed and auctioned off. Things got so bad that there was even a date set for the auction, and despite the overall value of the home being worth north of $3 million, the opening bid was set to start at only $100. Needless to say, Lil Kim was running out of time, so she did the only thing she could. She filed for bankruptcy.
I declare bankruptcy!
Come on, you guys knew we were gonna use that at some point. It's like an unwritten rule of the internet. Every time someone says the word bankruptcy.
Bankruptcy!
Kim's financial numbers at this time were looking a little something like this. She had over $2.5 million in assets, which is a good thing, but she also had over $4 million in liabilities, which is decidedly not a good thing. In fact, she owed as much as $1.8 million in back taxes alone. In 2016, her income dropped from about $820K a year to something closer to $400K. Despite that, Kim was spending more than $2K a month on her wardrobe, over $10K a month in travel expenses, and over $2K a month on staff. In other words, something had to give. After putting together her plan to get out of debt, Kim proposed to repay her millions, saying that she would pay back $5,500 per month for 60 months. But if you crunch those numbers, you'll find that they don't quite add up to enough. Next, one of Kim's creditors asked for permission to auction off the house and use the money to help pay off her debt, but the judge sided with Kim and prevented the foreclosure of her home. Kim was ordered to pay her creditor over $32,000 immediately and then monthly installments of $10,000 to pay back her debt. The judge reminded Kim if she were to even miss one payment, the creditor would have the right to take her home and sell it off to the highest bidder, which I'm assuming would have eventually been higher than that $100 starting bid. Since then, Kim must have made every payment because according to all the records I could find, she still lives in that home in Alpine, New Jersey. In fact, not only that, but she was recently spotted house hunting with her new boyfriend, the Great. Hopefully that means Lil Kim is back in the green and ready to move on with her life, financially speaking. But I gotta say, if you're considering spending money on a home that features a bar with saddle seats like those, maybe you're not entirely out of the woods yet. Alright guys, we're gonna bring this house tour to an end here. What did you guys think of Lil Kim's home? She's definitely had a rough go of it with her financial problems, but I gotta say I'm impressed she managed to work herself out of them on her own. Lesser people probably would have crumbled under the pressure, but not Lil Kim. Rapper Eve Jeffers sure has come a long way from her humblest of beginnings in Philadelphia. These days, she lives in a gorgeous home in Los Angeles while also spending time at her and her husband's stately home in Notting Hill, London. We'll check out Eve's properties in LA and even where she stays across the pond in England. In these videos, we don't reveal any addresses, and even though I've done a house tour of my own place, please do not show up at any private residences because it's not safe for anyone. Eve Jeffers, also known simply as Eve, is a rapper, singer, talk show host, and more, who's amassed a net worth of $10 million or more over the years. But things weren't always that way for the star. Growing up on the streets of Philly, Eve struggled not only to establish her musical talent, but simply to survive. At one point, she even had to work at strip clubs in the Bronx to make ends meet. But today, she's a Grammy Award-winning rapper and singer who's successfully crossed over to mainstream entertainment, having started movies like Barbershop and been a co-host on The Talk for over 4 years now. In 2010, Eve began a relationship with British entrepreneur Maximilian Cooper, and by June of 2014, these two were officially married, at which point Eve became the stepmother to Max's 4 children as well. Since then, Eve and her extremely rich husband have enjoyed a stately existence, whether spending time at Eve's home in LA or Max's home in London. Hey guys, it's Kara the Vampire Slayer back with another exclusive house tour here on Famous Entertainment. This one checking out where Eve lives, and you'll see that she's furnished her homes with chic and modern style. Don't forget to subscribe, ring that bell for notifications, and follow me on Instagram to chat. Now let's get into this video. Before we jump into Eve's present-day home life, I thought I'd give all of her fans a taste of how she used to live during her more single days. Prior to getting hitched to Max, Eve lived in a Mediterranean-style home in the Hollywood Hills. According to property records, Eve first purchased this abode back in December 2005. She dropped nearly $1.8 million for the 3-story residence that measured 4,297 square feet of space and included 4 bedrooms alongside 5 bathrooms. This home is totally full of curiosities. To begin with, the front door acts as the rear door, which I mean, how often do you really see something like that? Once through the entrance/exit/whatever it is, the rest of the house opens up to a very wide and very beige hallway with stairs leading both upstairs and down. Up top, you can find the formal living room, which features a fireplace as well as a couple of arched glass doors that lead out to the terrace area. Not far from there is the dining room, where 3 pretty spectacular Balinese lanterns hang above Eve's former dining room table. That space is only a stone's throw away from the well-equipped kitchen, where beige and brown flecked granite countertops meet high-end stainless steel appliances and honey-colored cabinets. A large portion of the home features some pretty spectacular wooden floors, especially the family room, where Eve installed a large party-sized sectional couch beside a massive coffee table. Meanwhile, remember that terrace? Well, outside of Eve's former home, there's no grass, no swimming pool, no spa, nothing. Why? Because there's simply no room. Not long after meeting Maximilian, Eve would sell her former home in 2011 for a reported $1.3 million. And while that may have been a bit of a hit to Eve's financial portfolio, when you're in a relationship with an entrepreneur like Max, you can eat a small loss. These days, after a long, hard day on the set of The Talk, Eve likes to relax with her hubby inside her new Los Angeles home. This house is under Eve's name, and Max, well, he owns his own house in London, England, which we'll get to in just a sec. So basically, these two lovebirds commute from one country to another to spend as much time with each other as possible. Of course, the recent pandemic has made this more difficult for them, and that's playing a large part in why Eve has recently decided to leave The Talk to concentrate on starting a family with Max. When these two finally decide to have kids of their own, they'll be spending a lot of time in this Los Angeles home, the location of which Eve has kept under tight wraps. What we do know about this place comes from the tidbits she's dropped for us on social media. For instance, we know that her new living room features an eye-popping red couch where she shoots the majority of her content while under lockdown. And while we've only been granted the smallest of glimpses of her bedroom, it's evident from the beautiful bouquet of flowers behind her that Eve knows how to brighten her home with a much-needed touch of color. She's also decorated the stairway of her main hall with heartfelt mementos of her relationship with Max. Stepping outside, her home is painted in a rich cream color, and while that might not exactly make it easy to pick her place out from the rest of the homes on the block, well, that bright red Ferrari sitting in her driveway is a pretty clear giveaway that yes, hip-hop superstar Eve lives here. When speaking about the home life that she's managed to cultivate with her husband, Eve said, "He's my homie, he's my friend. For some reason, we just have that core value of just being a hustler, working hard, believing in what you believe in, and making it happen. And he's a good person." Speaking of Max, why don't we take a look at the home he brought with him into this relationship? A few years before Eve would ever meet Max, the founder of the annual Gumball 3000 rally was looking for a home to call his own in London, England. That's when he spotted a rundown terraced townhouse first built in the 1850s, situated in the neighborhood of Westbourne Grove in the world-famous district of Notting Hill. Max proceeded to buy this home from an elderly couple for an astonishing £1.6 million. The 4-story, 4-bedroom house was pretty much falling down at the time Max scooped it up, and it hadn't been redecorated since the 1970s. So the next year, Max enlisted the help of Australian architect Russell Jones to set about knocking the whole place down. They left only the exterior facade of the home standing. Speaking about his ideas for the place, Max said at the time, "I wanted to create a contemporary home within the confines of a traditional structure. Although costs did escalate, it was definitely worth it." Now, what was once a pretty ordinary townhouse is a sleek family home with 6 floors, 2,396 square feet of living space, 5 bedrooms, a huge kitchen located in the basement, and a 20-foot long patio garden and dining area. But it's the little details of his own design that excite Max the most. For instance, there's a 135-foot sliding door that covers half the width of the rear of the home and rises over 2 floors. This huge glass pane slides back with the touch of a button to conceal itself within another wall, allowing for the kitchen and living areas to open up directly to the courtyard. There are also no visible light bulbs anywhere in the house. Instead, strips of light-framed doorways, floors, and mirrors. And even though that too was extremely costly to install, Max says it's worked out for the best in the long run, as he's only ever had to replace 1 strip of lights after years of living there. When all was said and done, it took Max 2 years of construction and millions of pounds to bring his dream home to realization. But as happy as Max is with how it finally turned out, he'd be the first to admit that the home, well, it gives off a very bachelor pad type vibe. And that wasn't something he was necessarily counting on. In fact, Max says that Eve immediately showed a great distaste for this place upon entering it for the first time. Max said, she hates the lighting in the master bedroom ensuite. So as you might imagine, that means that Max is now looking to move off this home and has placed it on the market for a little over £5 million. To this point, there haven't been any takers, but I can't imagine it'll last forever. So now we've taken a look at the homes of rapper and talk show host Eve Jeffers, well, Eve Cooper as she now goes by. And what did you guys think? Which home was best, 1, 2, or 3? While Eve may not have been a huge fan of her hubby's house in London, I gotta admit I am. And I wouldn't have any trouble spending time in that fascinating home. Though, I do understand where Eve is coming from with the lighting thing. A girl needs the perfect lighting setup. It really is that simple. I wish we knew more about her current LA residence, but if Eve's other abodes are anything to go by, we know she furnished the place perfectly. Be sure to let me know your thoughts on where Eve lives down in the comments. Fresh off a gig at the Grammy Awards onto officiating a mass wedding of 33 couples, you could call Queen Latifah the queen of versatility. Born and raised in New Jersey, the queen also owned a mansion here for over a decade. Considering how her career was going at the time, the actress extraordinaire decided a move to the West Coast would be best. These days, Queen Latifah reportedly keeps a main home in Beverly Hills she bought in 2005, which we'll take a look at, along with a couple other places she called home. In these videos, we don't reveal any addresses, and even though I've done a house tour of my own place, please do not show up at any private residences because it's not safe for anyone. Dana Elaine Owens is far better known by her stage name Queen Latifah, and she's an actress, singer, rapper, producer, and more. Basically, a woman with many, many hats. The New Jersey native signed with Tommy Boy Records back in 1989, releasing her debut album, All Hail the Queen, with the hit single Ladies First that same year. On her third album, the song Unity was influential in bringing awareness to women's rights, and that record earned her a Grammy Award. While this naturally talented woman started in hip-hop, she also had the voice to sing America the Beautiful, and has appeared in over 30 films, TV, sitcoms, and music productions over the years. She was even the star of her own TV talk show, The Queen Latifah Show, and one of Madison Avenue's go-to commercial stars promoting cosmetics, pizza, underwear, and weight loss products. I think it's safe to say that Miss Queen Latifah has pretty much done it all, and the hard work has earned her an estimated net worth of a cool $65 million. It seems that she's remained grounded despite all of her success in the industry, while always succeeding at new adventures and trying new things. Hey guys, it's Kara, and today we're bringing you another house tour here on Famous Entertainment. We're noticing a lot of copycat channels popping up, but we're the original house tour connoisseurs, and 95% of you watching aren't subscribed, so hit that subscribe button and ring that bell. We post a new video daily. Today we're taking a look at a few of the gorgeous homes Queen Latifah's called home over the years, from Los Angeles to New Jersey. We've also done house tours on the likes of Jennifer Lawrence, and we'll link to some at the end. Follow me on Instagram to chat, and as usual, let me know whose house tour is next in those comments down below. Now let's get into this video. Just a few years ago, a well-maintained 1920s Mediterranean bungalow in the Hollywood Hills came up for sale, which was owned by none other than Queen Latifah and her long-rumored former partner slash personal trainer, Jenna Jenkins. The pair bought the home in 2009 for $1.34 million, according to public records. This single-story bungalow was located near the base of Los Angeles' Nichols Canyon and was a gated mini compound with lusciously landscaped gardens in both the front and backyards. The quaint, traditional traditional style home was built in 1922 and remodeled to feature contemporary interiors and upgrades, an open floor plan, and modern finishes throughout. The 2,026 square foot home was also complemented by French doors, a glass tile fireplace, high ceilings, and mahogany hardwood floors. There were a total of 3 beds and 2 baths, while high hedges and a fancy home automation system kept the home secure and private. Besides this, there was a separate guest quarters on the property with private entrance and remodeled bathroom. In addition to neighboring formal living and dining areas, the Queen's previous house included a tasteful skylit kitchen with black granite countertops and stainless steel appliances. The family room featured vaulted ceilings and a built-in entertainment system, which could be enjoyed throughout the entire property, including the patio and guest house. There's also a library, bonus room, and a lovely master suite with large walk-in closet and ensuite bath completed with tumbled marble. French doors through the house give access to the patio, and a deck off the rear has a freestanding spa tub leading down to shady terraces and energy-saving landscaping, according to listing materials. The mature trees and tropical plants also added more privacy to the yard. Being a New Jersey native, it makes sense that Queen Latifah would own a mansion there for 12 years. In 2014, her home in Colts Neck, New Jersey came on the market for about $2.4 million. Back in 2001, the Queen shelled out about $2.1 million for this 9+ acre spread, which was about 20 miles from the Jersey Shore and almost 55 miles from Midtown Manhattan. The brick-faced mini mansion measured 7,882 square feet inside, with 6 beds, 5 full baths, 3 half baths, and 4 gas fireplaces throughout. The 23-room residence stood 2 stories tall at the front and dropped down to 3 at the back, offering a fully furnished walkout basement level. When you open the double front doors, you're welcomed into a spacious double-height foyer with a swooping curved staircase. The sculptural banister here gives the interior a very contemporary feel. The main foyer is surrounded by a formal dining room and a multi-purpose room, it seemed, with a baby grand piano at the time of the listing, and the foyer also passed under a bridge which connected the 2 wings of the upper level. There's also a step-down, airy, double-height living room which was minimally furnished at the time and offered one of the fireplaces, wood floors, and full walls of floor-to-ceiling windows. The less formal kitchen complex is a family room and breakfast area that opens up to a small deck. While the kitchen offers a 6-sided center island cooktop and top-grade appliances, the design is a bit ordinary when you look at the countertops and cabinets. You would think they'd be a bit sleeker to match the rest of this home. Elsewhere, there's an in-law suite, and the Queen's former master suite was on the upper level of the mansion. Here, there were hardwood floors, a private veranda, and some interesting angled ceilings and walls. A double-sided fireplace divides the sleeping area from the rest of the room, and there's an ornate chandelier to top it all off. Her previous attached bath had vaulted ceilings, a skylight glassed-in shower, and a supersized soaking tub set in front of windows. The lower level had living spaces like a casual lounge with a built-in wet bar and an office. Ms. Latifah's New Jersey home looks like it was perfectly maintained, even on the landscape grounds. The backyard was centered on a concrete terrace with a heated Olympic-length swimming pool. Despite letting go of this property, reportedly, at least at the time, the Queen still owned a home in Wayne, New Jersey she bought back in 1992 for $400K. Clearly, Queen Latifah has had a couple of nice digs over the years to call home. After she sold those places, there wasn't much said about where she was moving, but it's assumed she's still living in a main house in Beverly Hills. In 2005, she picked up a home here for $5.4 million that was previously owned by Steven Spielberg and Robert Zemeckis. Unfortunately, there aren't recent photos, but we do know the location and have a little idea of what the house looks like from the outside. There are also some outdated photos, likely from listing materials before the Queen bought the home, but from these, we can see the place has features like vaulted wood beam ceilings and some bamboo or wood style accents like railings inside. We also know the home is 6,780 square feet and offers 5 beds and 7 baths. There appears to be 1 room with a loft and floor-to-ceiling windows and French doors throughout the place. So I think I'm gonna bring this house tour to an end here. But after looking at where Queen Latifah has called home over the last while, what did you guys think? We can assume these days she's still living in her main Beverly Hills residence she bought in 2005, but I don't know how she's decorated it recently. We also saw her 2 former homes, a New Jersey mansion she lived in for 12 12 years, and a Hollywood bungalow she owned with her apparent ex. Out of all these places, which was your fave? You can rate the queen's homes down in the comments. Internet and TikTok meme queen turned pop star Doja Cat hasn't won a Grammy Award just yet, but she did win herself a new estate in Beverly Hills for $2.2 million. According to records, it seems to be the quirky Los Angeles native's starter home, but it's impressive to say the least. The mid-century abode is sheltered in a ton of greenery, and inside boasts an open floor plan and lots of fresh white spaces. Today we'll take a look at Doja Cat's new digs. In these videos, we don't reveal any addresses, and even though I've done a house tour of my own place, please do not show up at any private residences because it's not safe for anyone. It seems like it's been a fairly quick rise to fame for Doja Cat, who's best known as a singer, rapper, songwriter, and more. She was born and raised in LA and started releasing music on SoundCloud as a teen. Isn't that how it started for so many of these trending artists? One of her songs caught the attention of some record producers, and she signed a deal at the young age of 17, releasing her debut EP in 2014. After some time away from the industry, she released her first studio album in 2018 and soon after achieved viral success as an internet meme with her single Moo. From there, Doja's hits would only keep coming, like her single Say So, which was certified multi-platinum, as well as some popular collabs with the likes of Ariana Grande and more. This is all just the beginning for Doja Cat, it seems, and she's set to release her third album this year. The up-and-coming and eccentric pop star is best known for her songs and music videos that go viral on TikTok and YouTube, and she's already been nominated for a handful of awards and labeled one of the top breakout stars of 2020. At the time of this recording, Doja Cat has amassed an estimated net worth of over $4 million, so she was able to invest in a gorgeous Beverly Hills sanctuary to call home. Hey guys, it's Kara the Vampire Slayer, and I'm bringing you another house tour here on Famous Entertainment. Be sure to hit that subscribe button to ring that bell. We post a new video daily. In the past, you guys have requested this one, and since she's finally become a homeowner, today we're gonna take a look at where TikTok meme queen turned pop star Doja Cat calls home. So we don't know where Doja Cat lived before buying up her current home, but we can assume she had some lavish rentals in the Los Angeles neighborhood. She actually was born in Tarzana, California, and grew up not too far away from her new house in the neighborhood of Sherman Oaks. Sherman Oaks is a more suburban area that's been gaining popularity over the last while and becoming a hit with celebrities. It's a bit quieter than Hollywood, but there are lavish family homes everywhere. In Doja's case, she decided to put down roots in the luxe Beverly Hills post office neighborhood. It lies in an exclusive 90210 zip code with gated sections like Mulholland Estates, Coldwater Canyon, and Benedict Canyon. Overlooking the city of Los Angeles, Beverly Hills Post Office is a community that embodies seclusion and an upscale lifestyle with views of the ocean and the Santa Monica Mountains all around. The affluent neighborhood is also a celebrity favorite with residents like Jessica Alba, Sylvester Stallone, Eddie Murphy, and more. Doja Cat paid $2.2 million for her home, which has more than enough space to display the awards that are likely to come in her successful music career. The mid-century build is tucked up high in the mountains above Beverly Hills in a leafy pocket that's a quick walk to hiking trails and the local canyons. Built in 1960 and renovated multiple times since, Doja's new house has been fitted with all the modern upgrades one may need. The lot spans over 8,000 square feet, and it's full of trees and plants shading the property for extra privacy, while inside, the home measures in at 2,404 square feet. The hillside home has a tall canopy of elm trees and palms surrounding it, and it almost resembles a tree house with a wood-appliqued garage door and a concrete staircase leading to the home's entrance. The property sits behind a large driveway, and once inside, there are 4 beds and 2 baths. Her new home has been described as bohemian chic in its design and looks like a perfect fit for Doja, with floor-to-ceiling windows, white cement walls, and sparkling porcelain floors throughout. The multi-level structure has a large open-plan living room with soaring beamed ceilings overhead, and it has a 1950s-inspired vibe. Here, there's a double-sided fireplace as the focal point, with an abundance of white and cream-colored furnishings and earthy accents. Floor-to-ceiling windows here overlook the front yard and allow for a ton of natural light. Next door, this massive living room is joined by a retro skylit kitchen, also with a mostly white color scheme. While the kitchen is pretty minimalistic with gray and dark wood accents, there's a curved modern island perfect for food prep and stainless appliances, including a massive fridge. There's also seating for 2 on the island and white quartz countertops. Doja's kitchen looks out to the cozy dining area, which also has full walls of glass and room for about 6 at the wooden table. Also on the main level of her home, there are 2 guest bedrooms which share a single full bath. Moving downstairs, you'll find a full basement level attached to the garage, which boasts 2 big storage rooms, as well as a bonus room that could be used as a 4th bedroom, a small home gym, or even a music studio in Doja's case. Now for one of the highlights of Doja's new home, it's definitely her master retreat. The penthouse level of her estate is really bohemian in style. Her private suite takes up the entire floor, featuring an unexpectedly sprawling bedroom. There's room to add a lounge area here or even an office space if she desires. Not to mention there are 4 side-by-side closets with natural wood details. As you can see, there's also access to a slim balcony that overlooks the backyard. If those wall closets just don't do it for Doja, of course, there's an additional walk-in closet with custom built-ins, which is ideal for all of her famous and wild outfits. Her ensuite bath has wooden wall and ceiling accents, as well as a modern cement Japanese soaking tub and a separate open-air shower. Since Doja's new property is on a steep hillside, the outdoor space is a little restricted, but it was definitely maximized. Not only does the compact yard offer more than one sitting area, including a wood and concrete patio, there's also built-in bench seating along one side and a uniquely shaped plunge pool. The Popstar's tree-shaded property is also set between 2 parks, so there's a ton of nature. So now we've taken a look at viral pop star Doja Cat's latest acquisition, her estate in the luxury Beverly Hills post office neighborhood. While we don't know where she was living before, the house is probably a big upgrade as well as a big accomplishment, since she can now call herself a homeowner. I think the $2.2 million house suits Doja, considering it has a unique style like her, and while it's modest enough for a starter home, it has plenty of fresh, upgraded space. After checking out the singer's new home, what did you guys think? Did you like it or not? If you had to choose, what was your favorite feature? When it comes to rap royalty living like queens, nobody's doing it quite like Cardi B. From diamond certified tracks to jaw-dropping diamond rings, Cardi's got a home collection that's just as flashy and unforgettable as she is. And trust me, these are not your average cribs. We're talking a 22,000 square foot Atlanta palace, a beachfront escape in the Dominican Republic, a stunning family home in Jersey, and even a house she bought just for her mom. In this video, we're taking you inside all of Cardi B's homes, past and present, for a 2025 house tour you don't want to miss. Guys, I have an important announcement about this channel. There is someone trying to take this channel, Famous Entertainment, down and have everything that I've worked so hard on deleted. Click the link in the top comment and I'll explain everything at the end of this video, so please stay tuned. Let's start with what might be her most iconic property to date, her former Atlanta mansion. In December 2019, Cardi B and her then husband Offset made headlines when they dropped a cool $5.8 million on a European-style estate tucked away in the exclusive Buckhead area. This place was no ordinary rapper's crib. It was a palatial 22,000 square foot estate sitting on 6 acres of private land. It had everything from towering columns and a 2-story foyer to a sweeping staircase that looked straight out of a royal palace. Inside, the home featured 5 bedrooms, 11 baths, and every luxury imaginable. There was a great room flooded with natural light, a formal dining room made for entertaining, a paneled home office, and a gourmet chef's kitchen with enough counter space to host a family reunion. For playtime, there was a custom wine cellar that could hold up to 1,800 bottles, a wet bar, a home theater, and even an indoor shooting range. Outside, things got even more extravagant. A resort-style pool and spa were surrounded by lush greenery, along with a fire pit, multiple terraces, and plenty of space for outdoor entertaining. But by the end of 2024, Cardi made a surprising announcement. She was done with Atlanta. Taking to X, she wrote, "My casa, I don't want it no more though." When fans asked why, she didn't hold back. She said, "I don't like living in Atlanta. I actually don't like living nowhere else but New York." While despite rumors of foreclosure, Cardi slammed the gossip and made it clear that she just wanted a change. Still, this Buckhead mansion remains one of the most extravagant property she has owned, and it might not stay on the market for long, with Rick Ross and other celebs reportedly showing interest. In 2021, Cardi brought things closer to her roots and purchased a stunning estate in Alpine, New Jersey. The 13,000 square foot mansion is nestled in a quiet upscale neighborhood, making it the perfect place to raise a family while still staying close to her beloved New York City. Cardi revealed this purchase in a heartfelt Instagram post, writing, "I can have get-togethers with my family all the time. I've accomplished so many things, yet I still feel far from all the goals I want to accomplish. This is one dream I can cross off." This home, well, it boasts 9 bedrooms, 9 bathrooms, and includes every feature a rap queen and her crew could ever need. There's a movie theater, a tennis court, a massive swimming pool, a wine cellar, a gym, and multiple living spaces that combine elegance with comfort. It's the kind of home where business moguls entertain and families create memories, and it's clear that this space holds a special place in Cardi's heart. Back in 2019, Offset gave Cardi B a birthday present most people could only dream of: a beachfront estate in Las Terrenas, a resort town in the Dominican Republic. Estimated at $1.49 million, this 4-story retreat is set on 8,000 square feet and features 7 beds, 7 baths, and the kind of private luxury most resorts can't even compete with. This Caribbean paradise is located in a gated community complete with private beach access, 3 tennis courts, and even its own helipad. This house itself is full of natural textures, wood beams, stone walls, and floor-to-ceiling windows that give it an airy island vibe. A grand staircase made entirely from exposed wood anchors the interior design, while a gourmet kitchen and open dining space offer panoramic views of the coastline. The outdoor areas are where this villa truly shines, though. There's a rooftop infinity pool with fountains, built-in lounge chairs, and a view of the surrounding tropical jungle. A second smaller lap pool provides space for exercise, while the rooftop area also includes a barbecue area, a covered dining space, and even a gym. And did we mention there's also a private studio apartment on site? Perfect for guests or for hosting extended family. Now, not all of Cardi B's real estate moves are about flashy upgrades. Some are deeply personal. Back in 2018, at the height of her breakout success, she actually bought her mom a dream house of her own. Cardi shared this emotional moment on Instagram, giving fans a tour of the multi-story home and writing, "Stay down till you come up. It's always been a dream to buy my mother a house. Now I got her not 1 but 2. Well, this house features a massive kitchen, multiple bedrooms, a gym, and plenty of space for the family to gather. For Cardi, this was a full circle moment, going from a small apartment in the Bronx to buying her mom a mansion just a few years later. It's a reminder that for all her fame, she's never forgotten where she came from. And while Cardi's got no shortage of mansions in the US and the Caribbean, don't think she's limiting herself to just one continent. This year, Cardi took her luxury lifestyle international, swapping her New York mansion for a literal medieval castle in the south of France during Paris Fashion Week. The French estate that Cardi stayed in was a legit chateau, complete with a grand dining hall, royal-style bedrooms, and even an indoor pool. Every corner of this place looked like it came straight out of a fairy tale. And the man behind the magical getaway? Well, that would be Cardi's current man, NFL wide receiver Stephon Diggs. The couple confirmed their relationship in June 2025 with a yacht photo Cardi captioned, "Chapter 5, hello, Chapter 6. Since then, they've been spotted holding hands at Knicks playoff games, popping up in Miami and NYC, and clearly living it all the way up in Europe. If Cardi's Atlanta mansion made her feel boxed in, well, this castle made her feel like a queen. Of course, all of this comes after Cardi officially split from Offset, the man that she once called her forever. Their relationship was a whirlwind, starting with a Super Bowl date in 2017, a surprise onstage proposal in Philly, and a wedding in 2018. Over the years, they welcomed 3 kids, Culture, Wave, and most recently, their daughter Blossom, born in September 2024. Now, while Cardi's reclaiming her peace. Whether it's in a New Jersey estate, a Dominican villa, or a French castle, Cardi B's homes reflect every era of her evolution. From a Bronx-born dreamer to a Grammy-winning global icon, she's built a life where the luxury is just as big as the legacy. If you love this inside look at Cardi B's incredible home portfolio, be sure to like, comment your favorite house, and subscribe for more celebrity house tours coming your way. I'm Kara the Vampire Slayer. Follow me on Instagram if you want to chat, and thanks for watching Famous Entertainment. We'll see you next time. Hey everyone, first of all, I want to say a huge thank you to my 500,000 subscribers. I absolutely love you all, and your support over the years has meant everything to me. It's kept me going through the loss of Shiro, the economy crashing, and lots of other ups and downs. Now, I have a little favor to ask. I've created a backup channel for Famous Entertainment, so that's gonna be linked in the top comment and the description box. And this is where I'll be continuing to bring you the celebrity real estate videos you know and love. But this time, I'm gonna be bringing you into my world with personal content. I live in a historic house and I love doing home renos. Well, at least I've been learning the last year. I have 3 dogs, I do daily workouts, we go to events, you know, there's trips to the hairdresser sometimes. I also have 3 amazing rescue dogs. I've fostered dogs before. I do daily workouts. We go to events. You know, maybe I'll even someday have a big wedding that Michael promised me. Anyways, I've been posting this stuff for years on Instagram, but with me having to start all over again, I'm gonna try to merge my personal content with the content that you come to watch here, mainly house tours. Regardless, if you love this channel or have watched it over the years, I need your support to get the new channel going. So please, if you enjoyed the content that I've created, hit that subscribe button for the new channel in the description box and comments, and check out some of the new videos. It's super important for me to keep our amazing community together, and in case anything happens to the main channel, this is where you're always gonna be able to find me. We've recently had some hiccups that have affected both life and business. So there's someone trying to take this channel down, like I mentioned before, and I've honestly put so much work into Famous Entertainment over the years. I want to keep my passion for creating content alive and not let the drama or bullies bring me down or affect my ability to work. So we're starting fresh, keeping it real, and I promise you're gonna love what's coming next. So let's make this backup channel something incredible together. Subscribe now and join me on this exciting new journey. I can't wait to see you there. Hey everyone, it's Kara, or Kara the Vampire Slayer as you might know me, and given my love for all things house and home, I recently wanted to get more hands-on myself, and I started tackling DIY projects at my own house. Being a new homeowner, there are plenty of unexpected things to fix, and it's cool to learn what you're doing and hopefully be able to fix it yourself. There are also plenty of DIY projects suitable for beginners like me to do, and ones that improve the look of your space drastically. Follow me and I'll teach you what I'm learning and motivate you to join me. You can DIY on a budget even if you're a total beginner. Follow me on Fix It with Kara and we can chat.